Official Wrestling presents Recent Developments. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a brand new episode of Recent Developments. Developments. I'm your host Kieran Moran, and I'm joined by a resident NXT Boffincroft.
Hello.
How's it hanging?
That's pretty good. How's it hanging with you?
Yes, alright. How has NXT been?
Bloody lovely, you know.
Has it been good?
They've got some cracking angles going on.
Oh, I love a good angle.
So do I.
I like Kurt most of all.
As do I.
Anyway,
Number 2 in my top 10 all-time favourite wrestlers.
See, episode, I want to say 10.
It was a long time
I
ago.
can't remember what episode number that was.
Go back and watch
and watch
That'll
Top
be
10 Wrestlers.
That'll be a fun little Easter egg hunt for you.
There you go. I'm just going to throw to you, really, to talk about what you want to talk about with NXT, because I haven't seen bugger all.
Okay, well, the biggest thing
start.
that we need to talk about is pretty emotional. Johnny Gargano losing his 4th match against Andrade Cien Almas, which also means he does not win the NXT title and has to leave NXT.
Bloody hell.
Who's to blame for that? That absolute fucking dickhead, Tommaso Ciampa.
Dickhead. What a
What
dickhead.
an absolute dickhead.
It was a surprising one, really, because normally when you see those types of matches, like the most recent one I can think of would have been Ziggler versus The Miz for the IC.
Yes.
And it was genuine, and I think people would say, like, oh, you have to be an idiot to think that they were dropped, but like, it suited the situation because Ziggler was, there was a lot of talk of him going back to the Indies and him, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So it was at this point, it's like, but this is one of them times, it's like, they're not going to. Then he's going to win this, isn't he? They just done it in front of in Full Sail, whatever. And then it was like, oh, fuck, okay, shit.
I gotta say, I was expecting him to lose.
Yeah.
Just because I can see I feel like I can see.
I did ask you this when it happened. I was like, and you told me I asked you what you think was happening. So I'd like you to repeat that because it's genius.
Yes, I will. Just gonna say ahead of time. Don't know if this is what's gonna happen.
Purely predictions, but it's all good.
But I really think that obviously now that Ciampa has come back and he's back in full force.
Is he ring fit as well?
He's not ring fit, as far as we know. Sorry about that noise.
Kicking me furniture.
He's not ring fit yet,
right,
as far as we know. But he's pretty much back at this point, and they think he might be cleared in time for WrestleMania weekend.
Right.
So what I can see happening is, because Ciampa's been getting involved so much and he's not been ring fit, Regal's going to come out and be like, listen, Gargano's gone. Ciampa, you're the one who cost him his contract. But we're not having you turning up looking like a Vietnam War veteran and fucking everyone's careers up. You're fired. So his conduct gets him dismissed from NXT, loses his contract, and then we get some way of Gargano and Ciampa to be in contact with Regal, for them to kind of invade NXT, be like, this is, we helped build this brand, all this kind of thing. You can't just let it end. For Gargano's career ended thanks to Ciampa. They need a big blow-off. I reckon they have an unsanctioned match at TakeOver, and the winner gets an NXT contract.
That's good.
I reckon Ciampa wins and goes back to NXT to get him more over with the NXT crowd.
And a WWE crowd in general as well. Yeah.
We've not really seen him as a single star yet, apart from the Cruiserweight Classic. So he needs to kind of get over with the crowd a bit more. Gargano is already an absolute darling in the eyes of the NXT audience. Yeah. So I reckon Ciampa wins, and Johnny, unfortunately, in my eyes, goes to 205 Live.
Yeah, it's just like... But you see, this is the thing. I think 205 Live needs the work. It can be really good, and I think it's going in the right direction. Now having its own general manager and all stuff like that, they can start working storylines around that and this, that and the other. It just needs to be handled right, which it hasn't been so far. But
no, and I think star power will help.
Yes.
Whether you would call Johnny a star at this point, I personally would, but that's probably because I'm a fan of NXT. it's going to be really difficult for 205 to work in the way I think WWE wants it to work. You can see on the official Wrestling Blogspot website an article I wrote a little while ago on how I would fix the Cruiserweight division,
There we go.
including 205 Live. I would say even the things I was thinking back then still apply now.
Yeah.
Not much has changed.
No.
The answer is still stop giving things their own show. Stop making them special.
Yeah.
They're not special. They're just as good as the rest of the roster, and they need to feel just as good as the rest of the roster. So they need to be on Raw and SmackDown, not on 205 Live.
Agreed.
Don't give them their own purple show.
The purple show. Oh my god! It's in the middle of red and blue. It's purple.
Oh shit!
Oh my god! Have we just like cracked the code to the WWE universe?
I really hope that's not what they were going for.
Oh Jesus!
It's in the middle.
It's in the middle. Fuck. Moving on. That was.
Fuck that.
My brain hurts. What else? What's next on your list?
But aside from, I want to touch still on the
Okay.
Gargano Almas thing.
Yeah.
Because I don't think enough love is being given to Andrade.
Oh God! Like after that match with Gargano at NXT and then the Royal Rumble appearance,
Yes.
I've been so hot on him. I was just like, this guy's my new star, man.
He's fantastic.
He's amazing.
He's unbelievable. Not too many people slept on him back in Mexico.
Yeah.
Not enough people giving him attention. He gets to WWE and he's like, oh, he's just a jobber. Oh, okay.
No.
Nah, fam.
No. This is
This
good.
guy is very, very good.
Excellent.
Zelina Vega is exactly what he needs.
Yeah.
She really pisses me off, which means she's
yeah,
doing a good job.
Absolutely. I
She's doing
hate
a fantastic
her.
job.
I hate her.
I can't stand her. The two of them together are money.
Absolutely.
And once his NXT championship reign is done, which I hope it isn't for quite a while, I think he has the potential to be one of the longest reigning NXT.
Yeah, I don't even think he should come up at Mania because there's no one to challenge him. I mean, you could put the belt on Adam Cole or maybe Aleister Black, but even then, it's like I still want to see all three of those guys still in NXT. I don't really want to see. Well, I mean, we'll come on to a certain part of the show later on, but yeah, I get what you mean.
I think he should stay for a while as champion. He fully deserves it with his work rate, and he's fantastic.
Yeah.
And if you're not a fan of Almas yet, what are you doing?
Yeah, absolutely. Have you been watching the same matches as everybody else has?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Moving on from that, what has become the mid-card championship of NXT, the UK championship.
Yeah. Bastards.
Yeah, bastards.
Fuck off.
What happened to that UK show we were meant to be getting?
Yeah. You bastards.
You bastards. It's going all right for the UK Championship. It's
yeah.
bubbling under the surface.
I was supposed to be on a show with Pete Dunne back in January. WWE pulled him from the show. Literally, I mean, it was for the Roderick Strong match.
Yeah.
But we all thought he was going into the Rumble. I was gutted.
You bastards.
Yeah, bastards. But I did get to meet Trent Seven instead, who is a lovely, lovely, lovely human being.
He is, isn't he?
Lovely human being.
You're the one who's met him. I haven't. He seems lovely.
He is. He was a bit to himself at first. I was like, fair enough. You know, you going into before. Just before he had his match, so he was quite self-contained. He was talking to the lads, but that's like understandable.
Yeah.
And after the match, he was just a lovely human being to call, and I got to call his match as well.
That
match is actually. I'm going to put a link to his match in BWP. Actually, I commentated on it, and it's a phenomenal match with two fantastic young UK talent.
Make sure you check that out.
Do it.
Very underrated Trent Seven, if you ask me. Especially when he's come up against the other UK lads that have been in WWE.
Yeah, they've really pushed Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate over him, considering they're part of British Strong Style. But I think his attitude towards that's been okay.
Absolutely.
He's not like he is a fair bit older than the two of them, I believe.
Yes, he is.
So it's understandable that they'd want to push the younger guys over an older guy, but it's still he still doesn't get the credit he deserves.
No, it's still early days. I think in the future, it's very possible that he'll be a bigger part of the UK title scene.
Yeah.
Which brings me to the UK Championships point that I was going to mention. Two Americans have had shots at the UK title.
Yeah! What do they expect? It's like they did this with the European belt, and it's like, no, piss off, that's our belt.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why they're doing it. It's to elevate talent. It's basically become a mid-card belt.
It's
But for me, when you've got guys like Trent Seven, who could be putting on absolute clinics for this belt,
Yeah.
who aren't getting title shots at it and aren't elevating the UK
Because-
division.
Because Roderick Strong is instead.
Because Roderick Strong is instead. Because bastard Vanilla, have you seen my girlfriend Roderick Strong? Haven't I got a boss backbreaker, lads?
Oh.
Yeah, you have.
Said that purely for the trigger, and I'm
Oh.
so glad I did.
Do you know what? He's good, but why is he in everything?
Mhm.
Why is he in everything?
Mhm.
He's the shit Roman Reigns of NXT.
Oh.
He's in everything, but unlike Roman, he never wins.
Yeah, true. Yeah, he's the shit Roman, isn't he?
He's the shit Roman Reigns.
Jeez. Moving back to the.
Fuck off, Roddy. But
moving back to the thing, I get what you mean.
give him his due. Had a decent championship match with Dunn.
Yeah, but
Really glad he didn't win.
well, yeah.
Because do
Me
you know
too.
what his whole character arc is now? Dude, I'm not bothered what the title is. I just want a title.
Oh, that's just no.
That's why he's in the. I think he's in the. I don't watch 205 Live. Hands up, I don't watch it.
Oh, he isn't. Yeah, he is
He's in the cruiserweight
He
thing as
is
well
in that,
because
yeah.
I don't care what the title is. I'll fight for it. It's like you're just the slag.
He's defo over £205 as well, isn't he?
He's not.
'Cause
Actually.
is he not?
He's like 190, I think.
Oh, really? I thought because he was pretty jacked. I thought he was over that.
He's kind of skinny jacked.
He's pretty small as well. I've met him. He's not the tallest man in the
Joe
world.
who is definitely over 205 pounds now.
Who?
Fucking Tommaso Ciampa.
Really?
That man is jacked. as fuck.
Well, I mean, he's had a knee problem, hasn't he? So he's just been focusing on arms and abs and everything.
He came out and like he was wearing his black art tank top thing and his shoulders he had to like walk sideways through the entrance thing. Bloody hell, man. That's why they had him come out the crowd. He couldn't fit.
Couldn't fit through the
Through the
announce.
entrance bit.
Yeah, bloody hell.
He's
Yeah.
massive. Sorry to segue that a bit.
Oh, segued several times
Yeah,
on
oh
this
God,
topic.
yeah. I suppose I like what they're doing, kind of, with the UK belt. I would have. Do you know what? I'm not going to say what I was about to say, because I was about to say it would have been nice to get the UK show. But having said that, it would have the same problems as 205 Live, as in segregating the division and not showing they're up to speed with everybody else.
Yeah, true.
But they are. So I hope it stays on NXT. I would just like to see a few more UK guys get a shot before they open up to the rest of the world.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. What's next on the list? You're essentially hosting the show. I'm just here for the input.
Okie dokie. Next, I've got the tag team division as a whole.
Right.
As well as that, as part of the tag team division, the Dusty Tag Team Classic, which is back. They missed it in 2017, missed it by a couple of months.
Yeah.
But it's back, which is nice. It's always a nice addition to NXT, and it gives the lesser used tag teams something to do.
In bracket on the left side of the bracket at the top, we have Street Profits versus Heavy Machinery.
This is a real shame because I love both of these teams.
Yeah, they're. I think this is their chance to prove, because I don't think I've ever seen these two teams face off. Also, Alex has joined us.
Hi guys.
It's just if you hear sniffles in the background,
Or scratching the paper.
or like scratching a paper, that's what that is. So yeah, it's like it's. I don't think I've ever seen these two teams face off. It's going to be interesting to see what they do.
I don't think I've seen them fight either. To be
No,
honest.
I genuinely think it's going to be a good match.
I hope
would
Heavy
hope it'd be a
Machinery
good
go
match.
through.
Yeah, I think so. Given that also in the next round there's TM61, who are a very good tag team, but they're against the Authors of Pain, and we all know who's winning there. The
Well,
defending champions.
well,
Go on.
I reckon TM61 will win.
No way. Big upset
Yeah, man.
against the defending champions.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Because-
Okay.
AOP are going to get called up soon, I reckon.
Yeah, true.
And they're really, really trying to push TM61.
This is true.
Like, it's the biggest tag team push I've
But-
seen since Authors of Pain.
But Heavy Machinery versus Authors of Pain, though.
It'd be... Oh, it would be good.
I'm appealing to the big. I'm appealing to the big
The
man.
lover of big,
Big sweaty man.
sweaty men in me.
You are our own resident Vince McMahon.
Wow. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
But I reckon TM61. Just because they're really trying to push him, and it'd be a massive upset.
Yeah. I agree. I've just realised there's a high resolution version here that I could click on.
And it'd be a
Instead of
really
squinting.
feel-good moment as well.
Yeah, it would be good. It would be very good.
Just to see them get squashed by heavy machinery.
This next one is an interesting one, which is Tino Sabatelli and Riddick Moss against Sanity.
Sanity are winning this one.
Obviously.
And I'll tell you why. Because Riddick Moss and Tino Sabatelli have basically broken up as a tag team.
Oh, have they?
Yeah. It was on NXT a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Moss turned his back on Sabatelli.
Well, maybe they'll do after that match, do a big break off.
I think they will.
I think that's fair enough. It's the right way to build if you want to build two superstars who don't really stand out on their own, put them in a tag team, get them noticed that way,
Let them break up.
and then break up that way.
I also am going to say Tino Sabatelli is a future NXT champion.
Really?
It's a big claim, but that man looks like a champion.
Yeah, they featured him on the Breaking Ground
Yes.
documentary as well, which is why when I saw him I was like, oh, he's still there, that's really cool.
He's boss. He's really good as well in the ring.
But yeah, I think I need to see him in the ring singles wise
Yeah.
and really see him show, because that would be homegrown talent and one of the best they've ever produced
Absolutely.
if he could be good.
Absolutely.
This next match gave me a wet fucking dream.
Oh, I.
Oh my god, it is Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch against fucking Mustache Mountain. Ah!
This is going to be bloody lovely.
Ah! It's going to be the best match of the entire tournament.
It's
Regardless,
very possible.
I don't care
Very
who it is.
possible.
I want Mustache Mountain to go all the way. There have to be future NXT tag team
I
champions.
don't know, you know.
They have to be.
No, I disagree.
Really?
I would love Lorcan and Birch to get through.
Oh, you would, because you're a proper thing, but no, I genuinely think
No,
that.
because
Either
Lorcan and
way,
Birch are boss. They're just two.
so are Mustache Mountain!
They are, but how can you disagree with two bald fuckers who just love slapping the fuck out of each other?
How can you hate two mustache wearing buffs who love like twisting people around and throwing one hand in the air and catching them with the other?
This
You
got-
didn't see that coming, did you?
This got dead gay proper.
It really, really did. But anyway,
homoerotic on a few good marks.
absolutely. But we
Well,
I was trying to think of something clever to say, and it just
What?
didn't, and nothing
We
came
just
out.
snowballed into. But let's move on.
So predictions to win the whole tournament.
TM6 1.
Okay, I'd say Mustache Mountain. Although that final, which is very possible, would be very, very good indeed.
Really would.
So is that all on?
On the
that
Dusty
you've got?
Classic,
Yeah.
yes. In terms of the tag team division in general,
Mm,
Undisputed Era are really boring the piss out of me.
yeah,
They're just not doing anything.
yeah. I knew that this would happen
Yeah.
with you.
They're just not doing anything.
No, they're not. But then I don't know. There's just been not much. I mean, I can only imagine after at least Fastlane, we're going to start building up towards
I would really
Takeover New Orleans.
I would really.
That's
like
gonna.
that to
I
happen.
think that's what's gonna happen. This is the point in NXT where it's all about the main event scene. Undercard matches are just there for talent to have matches or whatever, just to put a talent over or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally what it is. They're like, this is where it becomes old school Raw NXT. It doesn't become Attitude Era Raw, where every single thing has implications on the card. This is old school Raw, where you have one superstar against somebody who's against like a local talent or an unknown talent from the performance center, and they'll win and go over.
Yeah.
And then the main event will be what you actually are there to see.
Yeah.
And then as it started building toward more and more towards the takeover, is then when every single match will have something to do with a build up towards takeover.
It's true. NXT are really good at building matches in a very short space of time. They did it with Dream v Black. The build up was literally done over a month,
Yeah.
and it was Feud of the Year. It was fantastic.
Absolutely.
NXT Feud of the Year, I should point out. It can happen, and I think they're very, very good at it.
I'm pretty sure it was our feud of the year.
It was our feud of the year, I believe.
yeah, Marky's feud of the year.
The problem they've got is when it comes to the tag team division, they really love showing vignettes of the tag teams rather than having them in action. They've done it with the three primary tag teams on the roster at the moment, and they've all got the signature locations of them. Sanity have got the roof.
Yay!
AOP have got some weird back alleyway that Paul Ellering rents out for them. And
It's his backyard.
his backyard. Undisputed Era have metal bars that they just lean on.
Okay.
And it's always like Adam Cole just sits around and Kyle O'Reilly kind of dangles off the bars like a monkey for some reason. Bobby Fish does that weird thing with his face and twiddles his mustache like a cartoon villain.
He does look like a cartoon villain.
He does, doesn't he? He looks like the fella off Wacky Races.
Oh my god, he so fucking
Is
does.
Dick Dastardly?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the double of him.
Amazing.
But the
Kyle O'Reilly's Motley.
he is. He is as well. I just wish they put more effort and more funding into the matches. Of the tag teams.
I think
Instead
it's just
of the places where they chat.
I think it's just. I think that's more to do with keeping these tag teams fresh in your mind and not putting them in a win-loss predicament.
You've still
and
got to
not
have
getting
them active.
Yeah, true. I guess like you could do like 2 segments and then have one tag team. You know, whatever. What I think would be cool if you have one tag team from the Performance Center face each of them, and then it's like almost. I mean, it buries this poor fucking tag team, this other tag team at the Performance Center, but it's like how inventive and how destructive and dominant each of these 3 teams, Sanity, AOP, and Undisputed Era, can all be against this one tag team, which would be
It would be
interesting.
nice.
Yeah.
I think it's a better way to get them out there than just have them doing shite all.
Yeah, there we go.
I also am not a big fan of what they're doing with Sanity, which is, well, I am in a way. They're all kind of doing their own thing.
Yeah.
Eric Young and Alexander Wolf are doing nothing.
Right.
Dane is challenging Aleister Black, which I imagine is going to happen at the next takeover.
Probably, yeah.
And Cross is blatantly going for the women's title. She's been getting a push over the NXT TV weekly tapings by beating the shit out of people in like 5 minutes and getting squash matches. So she's going for the women's title. So what are Sanity going to do? I don't know.
Well, there we go.
There we go. There's not much else to say about tags at the minute.
No, it's true. There's not much going on apart from the classic, but we'll see. So what's next on your list?
Next on my list is, speaking of Cross, the women's title. Shayna Baszler is really impressive.
Yeah.
She's been really, really good. Much better than I think most people expected her to be. She's boss. She cuts a really good promo when she has a bit of prep time for it. She's great in the ring.
Yeah.
She looks like a genuine threat. And she's got a really good opponent in Ember. They work really well together. So I've got high hopes for the women's division over the next couple of months.
Cool.
Personally.
Cool.
And especially if you throw Cross into the mix.
Yeah, absolutely. Cross is, having watched a couple of her matches from back in the UK and then just seeing what she's done in the WWE as well, like, they're only touching the... Like, I think with a lot of indie talent, they've only just touched the tip of the iceberg with how much potential these people have.
Especially when
like,
you saddle her with such a shit gimmick.
Yeah, it
crazy
needs something going into it, doesn't it?
Well, the issue with crazy gimmicks, and I've said it to you guys before, the issue with crazy gimmicks is you'd limit the moveset by having to make them look like they're off their head. They can't do anything overly technical because it ruins the illusion of them being off the nut.
Sorry to interrupt, because I know I'm not really part of this podcast, but the crossbody thing, like, what's psycho about that?
Exactly.
Like, she does it, and I'm like, that's not really that psycho. It's like babyface move, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. It's not like even if she was doing if she was doing
a move.
Yeah, if she was doing a missile drop kick, that's a bit more psycho because it's a bit. It's more psycho than a crossbody.
He's doing like a flying headbutt or something.
Yeah, she should be doing something that like is like gonna plant their head into the mat or
it's
not
like semi-dangerous.
Crossbody is like a bloody counter move or desperation move for a babyface.
And the finish is a fisherman neckbreaker. Like, that's pretty technical.
She robbed me move.
She has robbed your move.
She robbed me move.
Blatantly robbed
That was
your
my
move.
finishing move in CTW thing.
I
was really proud of it.
It's quite a technical move when you think about it. You know, you get in the suplex position, you lift one of the legs, and then you spin.
Yep.
That takes steps. If you're insane, you
you want something
You
like
get in the ring,
if she
just
was
knock them off.
if she grabbed if she would I don't know, DDT'd them from there or something. I don't know, but even that's like
a finisher should just be a nutting them.
poof, done.
Just have her just nut them. Call it the Glasgow Kiss. Oh my god, she's Scottish.
Genius. I don't know. She might be from Scotland as well. There you go.
She is?
Sorted. Yeah, exactly. No, not Scotland. Glasgow. I meant.
She may well be.
She may be actually from
Just
Glasgow.
book her from Scotland. It's not like WWE pretend there's any other parts of Scotland that exist.
That's true. Yeah, Galloway's from Glasgow. Is he Glasgow?
No, he's
from Scotland.
Scotland. Ayr and Glasgow are the only places they allow to exist.
Yeah, not even the capital, not even Edinburgh.
No,
Banter. What else have you got on there?
Velveteen Dream.
My boy!
Love him.
Needs a t-shirt.
Does need a t-shirt.
Needs a t-shirt.
Just him doing his pose. I'd buy it. I'd buy
Him
10.
doing his pose but with the words written into it. Say my name. You know, that clever type of writing where it's
I like that. In the mist.
Yeah, even that's better. That's better than what I had. Oh, Velveteen Dream in the mist.
Yeah.
And then in the inlines, and then the silhouette of him saying "Say my name" that way.
Yeah.
With marks over a t-shirt that doesn't exist.
But they need to fucking.
They need to make it. It's money.
But it is money, and I buy about 10 of them.
Same. I cut them up. The tassels on the sleeves.
Of course you would.
I'd like rip one up, so it's all like, yeah, man, make it happen. Anyway.
Velveteen Dream decided to, in inverted commas, shoot on indie guys in NXT.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is the workiest work that ever did work.
It wouldn't be that much of a work if WWE didn't tweet about it saying, "Look what Velveteen Dream has to say about the indie workers."
Yeah. If they've had somebody come out and say, like, if they've had Regal on an episode say, "Look, we saw your tweet. It's a little bit out of, like, I'm not sure what your intentions are here, but don't let it happen again." And then he tweets something else, and then, like, Regal's like, if you've got something to say, you say it in that ring, and then someone comes out and...
Yeah, because then that's very, then it's a work, and then you know it's a work.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing, is, like, I like that they're starting to use Twitter.
It's an angle,
I like that they're starting to use Twitter, and they've done it with a lot of divas, divas, wrong word to use. They used it during Total Divas is what I meant as well. They've used Total Divas.
Yeah, they are.
And they've also used a lot with the women's wrestlers to use Twitter splats to further these storylines. And I'm glad that they've started doing that, but it needs to be utilised properly and done well.
It needs to be organic. It's very much forced, like you say, Alex, when he tweeted it, and straight away it was like...
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, look at what's gone down on Twitter. Yeah. Like, no...
I bought it at first, and then it was when it came up on my thing again with WWE retweeting it and writing an article about it, and I was like, well, that's just not real. Like, they should have just left it alone and then let him have, like, genuine... we should have played it was, like, the Sasha and Alexa feud, where, like, they both blatantly didn't like each other and you could tell in the ring, but they never literally acknowledged it on commentary. WWE never acknowledged that they didn't like each other, they just stuck them both in a feud, but you could tell. He should have played it that whenever an indie guy got put in with him, that you could tell that he was fuming at him and that he was just stiffing fuck out of him and stuff like that, rather than have, like, a big thing made out of it. That's how they should have played it.
I agree.
But anyway, so it seems to be... So we said this before, didn't we? Literally, as you were writing it, I said, this is building towards Dream versus Cole.
I was like, yep.
It's literally as you were writing it.
It's really obvious. Well, it's not really obvious, but I don't see how else they can do it. Cole's the latest indie call-up. Actually,
one as well.
Fucking no. Bloody Ricochet. Literally, just thought.
I mean, either one of them.
And EC3.
Either three of them. And
I'd be all three of them.
Fatal four-way.
Just, I'd whack them all in.
Yeah.
Ricochet, I reckon Dream could have a great feud with.
Oh, my God, the matches they could have.
Thank God Dream's there to have enough charisma for both of them, because we know Ricochet doesn't have any.
Oh, bless him. He's really good in ring performance.
He's really good in the ring.
I mean, this is why the time in NXT are doing well.
And again, EC3, don't need to worry about charisma there. He's got plenty
absolutely.
Of it. And he's great in the ring. So I think any combination of those would be fantastic.
Absolutely.
I hope he wins.
Yeah. What's next on your list? Got call-ups?
Yes, call-ups. The ones that I think will be getting call-ups soon.
Yeah, so this is like, we're going to start doing this on every podcast as to who we think is getting called up.
See how right we are over time.
I mean, obviously the next one's not going to be until after Mania, but yeah, we're going to see how right we are after a period of time. So, who have you got?
I have got Gargano. As much as I would love them to do the angle I mentioned earlier, I don't think they will. And I think he's going to get called up to 205 Live, if you can call it a call-up, even before WrestleMania season. Aside from Gargano, Authors of Pain.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre. I reckon once he's cleared from injury, he'll go straight up.
Yeah, agreed.
Ember Moon.
Okay.
When she drops the title. And the Iconic Duo.
Okay. Yeah, I'd agree with most of that. I don't think Ember's going up just yet.
I think
maybe.
one of the iconic duo will go up before the other.
Do you reckon?
Really?
Yeah.
They won't bring them up. I
You
think
know, like
iconic
they did
duo.
with the 4 horsewomen though, didn't they? They only
Oh,
brought
yeah.
3 of them up.
Yeah, but Bailey was still in the championship program at the time.
Yeah, but they could have just had a drop it and then brought them all up together.
You
It
need
wasn't
the
even long after.
I don't think it would make sense because, like, they're the 4 horsewomen, granted, but they're not in that. That's not a proper stable, if you get what I mean. Like, it doesn't have its own T-shirt. They don't have their own entrance music. They don't come out together as that.
Yeah.
It's just an acknowledgement that Charlotte, Becky, Sasha, and Bailey are the 4 horsewomen of women's wrestling because they were like the 4 that got that put it on that got the women's revolution restarted. You know what I mean?
Right.
In NXT, I think that's what it is. I mean, don't get me wrong. I reckon maybe 3 years, 2 years down the line, that's actually going to be a thing. When there's enough star power for all 4 of them to be on one brand, probably on Raw. That will then become a stable, and it'd be like an evolution type, and the whole.
I don't know. I
obviously.
think Peyton Royce will come up before Billy Kay.
I reckon
I
they
would
will.
disagree with that.
Now that she's had a boobs done,
For
actually.
2 very good reasons. I think the only reason...
I think both will come up at the same time.
I don't reckon so. I reckon they will come up at the same time. But if they were going to come up one after the other, I think...
I reckon it'd be
Billy
for
will
a
Peyton.
feud. Like, that's why I think they'd do it. Like, I think they'd do it for
Like, I can't
a
believe you got
feud.
called up over me type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I really can't see them coming up separately, but they may well do. I think obviously we know what Billy Kay has had done.
Yep.
I get the feeling that if she was pressured into doing that, it would have been by the higher ups because of a call.
Yeah.
So was she out of ring action?
Yes.
How long for?
She's been off for quite a while, hasn't she?
She missed Takeover,
Yeah.
and the tapings before and after.
And it was because she got her boobs done?
Yes.
Oh my god, that's real good.
Don't be getting any ideas now. I think most of that Gargano going up to 205 Live is inevitable at this point. I think McIntyre going straight up to the main roster, absolutely. Who also got put into the ICW Hall of Fame either last week or the week before. So congratulations to you, sir.
Congratulations.
I think War Machine are going to go straight onto the main roster.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think they're too experienced. They're too experienced.
I disagree because of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. Speaking of Sabatelli and Moss, I reckon they'll split up just before their match, like on the way to the match. Regal comes out and is like, I wonder what team's going to come out and replace him.
And it's War Machine. That's not a bad call,
And they end up
actually.
winning the tournament.
Or maybe.
What a way to bring him in.
Yeah, true. Very true. But I still think they're going to go called straight up. The tag team division at the moment. There's also something that's going on, which last night, Sheamus and Cesaro genuinely called out, was like, who is left for us to beat? There's no one left. So that's either an AOP call up really quickly or a War Machine call up really quickly. Set that up for Mania.
I really hope it's not War Machine because if they come up now, they're going to flop. Nobody knows who they are.
Yeah, fair. That's also true as
shame.
well. I mean, they are the big indie stars. So I think War Machine definitely getting called up. No, maybe not though. You just I don't know.
I
don't
hope
know.
they don't. I think it would ruin them.
Yeah.
It's the argument I have for every new signing.
I think if you what you said was right with TM61 beating Authors of Pain and then Authors of Pain coming up facing the Bar and winning at WrestleMania and winning the Raw tag titles on the WrestleMania debut.
See, what I think will happen is they'll have that match set up, and the New Day will come out, and they'll say this match is now a triple threat match.
And
I
the
wonder who
Hardys.
could win. The Hardys come out. That's never been done before.
I know, yeah, that's innovative. Can't believe
Isn't it?
I wonder how you thought of that.
Fancy booking right there.
I know, right? Yeah, I genuinely think that. I think who you've called the right people coming up.
So this has been recent developments. I've been Croft.
I've been Kieran. We'll see you next
And I've
month.
been Willow.
Fuck it. See you later.